All right, Godlings. I just thought of a weird analogy. It just kind of hit me because I don't know what's going on. I don't think a lot of other people do either, but something is going on. Like people feel it. Okay. I thought I was alone in a lot of this, but there's a lot of other people that are talking about it. They're feeling it. And you can see it. You can see how people are acting, right? They're rioting in the streets. There's all this crazy stuff going on, right? Now, there's a lot going on, so it's hard to pull everything out. But the one thing I like to look at, it's like microcosm, macrocosm, right? It's like, okay, well, where else do I see this pattern, right? What does it look like? What else can I adhere it to, in a way, right? So globally, this isn't just in America. This is globally. This is Canada, America, overseas, right? So one thing I see, people are getting riled up, right? Worked up, anxious, just restless. And the one thing I just thought about, how if you get close to a bee's nest, right? If you're standing 10 foot away, yeah, you might get one or two over here kind of, warning you a little bit, like don't come any closer, right? And if you get closer to that bee's nest, right? And now let's up the ante, right? You're getting closer to this bee's nest with a can of spray, right? Now, these bees, they might not have a clue what that spray is for, but they know you're a threat. They do. They absolutely know you're a threat. Now, as you get closer to this bee's nest, they get more and more worked up. And all of a sudden, they start coming out, and they're going to attack you, right? But at first, they might not exactly know what's going on, but they know there's a threat nearby, right? So that's what I see. That's what I see is people get more and more worked up, anxious, restless, and all this going on. I'm like, that's exactly what happens when you get near a fucking bee's nest, right? We're the bees, okay? We are the bees. Now, whatever it is that's threatening us, it's close. It seems like it's really fucking goddamn close. And it seems like it's getting closer more rapidly, but a lot of people are talking about, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Maybe it will be. Who knows? I say bring it on. What the fuck? As crazy as it, let's get it over with, But I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I think we're in for some huge fucking changes. Huge changes. And I really don't believe it's going to be the end of the world, but there's going to be a lot of collateral damage. Okay. Now, the idea is to reduce that collateral damage the best we can. And part of my job, I guess, is to alert people, tell people, whether you think I'm fucking crazy or not. Okay. I don't care. So, but that's one thing that I see. I see that analogy. People getting more restless, more worked up, buzzing around like the bees. It's like, so we're getting close, I think. And if we're not, I've been duped. And nothing happens. That's great. I love that part. If I'm just gone, and I'm paying attention to all the wrong stuff. All right. Well, I got duped. I've been had, but everybody's okay. I wish that was the case, but I can see it. Other people can feel it. Other people can feel it in their own ways, right? So I've been looking at this from more of a spiritual perspective for quite a while now. And like 10 years ago, I had this wild awakening. And at the time, I was like lost and confused, and I didn't think much about it, right? But as the time rolls on, I feel it crunching down. I feel it. So I feel it more, and I see these little bullet points here and there, and I kind of put them together too. And then there's a lot of people, they see the physical stuff, right? They see the money power exchange, all that stuff. So they're looking at it from that perspective. There's some people that probably look at it both ways, right? They have the spiritual and the physical. I don't know. I don't talk to too many people nowadays. So I'm a little lost. And I think that's a system to keep me put, so I'm not talking. Now, they're trying to keep shadow banning us and blocking us and against community guidelines if you're telling the truth and shit like that. But we still got to try to get together and still try to get this out there. Because at some point, they're going to shut down communications. So we can't talk at all. And then what's going to happen is, it's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Nobody knows what's going to happen. but something is rounding out to happen. I don't know what form it's going to take, don't know exactly when, but as the time grows shorter, people feel it and they're starting to, and some people were losing left and right because they can't handle it. And I don't blame them. I don't fucking blame them one goddamn bit. There's people that I guess are using drugs more and more. That's common now. There's people that weren't ever doing drugs. They can't handle this, so they got to have that escape because they don't want to deal with it. And you know what? I understand, and I don't blame them one goddamn bit. It's too bad. But those are their strong. Stay strong. Keep moving forward.